Hello guys, and welcome back to another session of learning Unity with me. I think where we last left off, we were trying to figure out how to actually connect the slider to our actual game. And yeah, I think we were coming up with that, and I think I was following what he was doing. So to do that, if I'm not mistaken, we do have a music object now that we can play music on, and then we can the start scene. Oh wait, I might have to watch this one again. So he places a music object in the splash scene, but we already have a sound for that. I don't think that would be a good idea, because then the sound could it wouldn't mix right, and it just sounds bad. So he's basically making a music object right now, which we already did, but I just want to look back at what he did just in case if I missed something. So go to music. I mean, let's put one here as well. Oh, we don't even have a music script. I guess that's what I need to add. Music player. Oh, we do. Right? Yeah, I think we do. I think this was the one that was giving me issues. The script doesn't inherit the native. Oh no, it says controller, settings controller. Oh, we need the UI, I think. Sorry, you guys can't see it, but I was getting this error. It was saying like the namespace slider couldn't be recognized, and that was because I forgot to import this namespace. So here, oh, well, that was weird. Why did it give me an error last time? Alright, so we're gonna apply to all the prefab, apply to the prefab. And yeah, so I think we already coded that. Oh yeah, PlayerPrefs, that's something I need to review too. We had this wrapper that we made, which essentially calls on the PlayerPrefs class that's part of the Unity engine. And this wrapper basically allows us to control it, I guess. So we first have a set master volume and a get master volume. I am probably, since I'm not really used to like differentiating master volume with anything else, it does kind of confuse me at times, like why can't it just be set volume, get volume? But yeah, maybe over time I'll see it, I'll understand it. Is that really a rule? Let me see. Should I prefab everything? There is no drawbacks to creating a prefab, as long as you're aware that any changes to a prefab edited in the scene be permanent and affect all instances of it if you click on the apply button. Sooner or later, you'll likely want to add new scenes to your project, in which case prefabs are the way to go. You don't have to recreate your player object every time you make a new scene. Instead, create a prefab for the player. The same is true for multiple objects. Alright, so I guess there's no drawbacks to using prefab. There's no really an issue of doing so. Alright, cool. So I guess I need to create a prefab for the... oh no, I did already. Never mind. I thought I was going to make a prefab for load sound, but I already did it, so never mind. So we need to go back to the start scene where the music is being played, and then yeah. So what are we gonna do now? Yeah, I guess we could delete this now. Game object. Wait. Settings. No, we need to keep that. This one, on the other hand, we can delete. I'm just gonna organize a bit. So yeah, so now we placed this here because we wanted to test it out instead of having to launch the start screen all over again just to test it out. So let me see what PlayerPref is again. Is that actually like... I wonder how we can access it. One of the most critical things that a game must do is to save data like the preferences and score. In this article, Lance Talbert demonstrates 2 ways to save data when you create your game in Unity. Back in the day, many games had little need for saving data since you could finish a game in about an hour. At best, a game would save a high score and leave it at that. But it didn't take long for technology to improve, and thus games got longer and more complex. The need for saving all kinds of data, ranging from how much progress the player made in game or their character statistics, became universal, whether the game to be a simple linear adventure from beginning to end, or it consists of a huge open world. Many games require multiple play sessions to see to the end, and it's now expected that developers include ways to save the game and come back later. Only when a game is short enough that it can be completed in a single session does the need for saving data diminish, but even in those scenarios, the features can be very handy. PlayerPrefs to begin the start and update methods can be commented. Oh wait, no, I already saw that. Next on the GUI, two buttons create in the same method and to save. Oh, it is actually teaching you how to save. PlayerPrefs.save. And let me actually look at the script. Here it is. Writes all modified preferences to disk. By default, Unity writes preferences to disk during on-application quit. In cases when the game crashes or otherwise prematurely exits, you might want to write the PlayerPrefs at sensible checkpoints in your game. This function will write to disk, potentially causing a small hiccup. Therefore, it is not recommended to call during actual gameplay. Crashes otherwise, you might want to write sensible checkpoints. All right. This function will write to disk, potentially causing a small hiccup. Therefore, it is not recommended to call during actual gameplay. I wonder, is that why, like, some games, like, they only allow you to save at certain points? Let me see. Why do games still use save points? I know I'm kind of going on a tangent here. Oh, wait, what? Ah, man. Alright, let's see. Many games today still have manual save points. You save the game whenever you darn well feel like it. One possible reason is that back in the old days, slow days, that was just the accepted norm. You want to save a game? Fine. Just tell the game to save. Of course, many games didn't allow players to save just anywhere, but that's another issue. Another is that disk access was rather expensive, I/O-wise, especially floppy disk. It was even worse with cassette tapes. Games weren't going to halt the action without the user telling them to. That could be a real drag. Now with hard disk and especially SSDs and other storage devices, saving can be virtually transparent. It took game design a little while to catch up to hardware capabilities, so some games didn't save automatically for a while some did. Now I guess it's almost ubiquitous, though it depends on the game and genre. So I guess like save points can also be part of the design of the game, like complexity. Like if it's a very difficult game, or I mean it's still, or if the game doesn't want to be fair, they'll probably use something like a save point. I'm looking at you, Kingdom Hearts. 1 and 2 though. Number 3 I think has autosave, so not really that bad. But yeah, like in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, like if you died at a boss, you'd have to repeat everything all over again, and that's just, yeah, it really irritated me. So let's just go back, I guess. So now we're actually testing to see if it actually affects the volume. Yeah, let's pick this one. Alright, let's see. Let's go. It should, because it's always updating. That didn't work. Oh wait, we got some errors. Oh right. Wait. Oh my bad. It's supposed to be music, I think. Oh no, we do need music player. Hey, why is there two? Let me see. Could that have been the reason? No. We're still getting some errors. Line 23. saying object reference is not set to an instance of an object. What? Oh, right. That's what I forget. Alright, so we're supposed to pass in the slider, which is in here. All volume slider. Oh, I forgot to create a prefab of it. Alright, there you go. That's cool.
But break down, the music nearly stops, drag it up. Okay, it's nice and loud. Okay, let's save everything up. What do we need to do in here? What other bits of functionality we want? Well, we want to click the back button and have our volume level saved. So I'm going to give you that as a little mini challenge to create a public method called save and exit.
Oh, wait. I think that was a challenge. So we want our back button, or our menu button, I guess, to save the settings before we go back to the menu, I guess. So which one was that again? Why can't I click on this? Oh, it's this one. So here we have load main menu. So I think we have to access that, right? I'm not really sure how to do it. I guess we can think about it. So we want to save the settings when we hit menu, and it does have an on click. Maybe we can have another one. Interesting. So I can do two. Alright, so what do we do? We have this PlayerPrefsController. Do we pass this maybe? So we pass in the PlayerPrefsController, not just a wraparound to get attached to any object. So we want to save. So do we need to make another script? Is that? Wait, let me hear that again. So we're supposed to create a method, and I think I'm gonna do it on the settings controller. They're gonna have a method there. Maybe we can have a method called, or the method should be called public void save and exit, I guess. In which case, we'd store this value to the PlayerPrefs. So we just need to do something like PlayerPrefsController.set volume, set master volume to volume slider dot value, I guess. So if we hit menu, right, and we're gonna go here to the, I think, music. No, not music. Is it here? No, sorry, it's over here. So we're gonna pass in settings controller. Let's first make a prefab out of that, because I think that's important. Oh, alright. So then, yeah, we go to the main menu. We have this prefab, and then we're gonna call on the save and exit, which will call on the wrapper here, and then it'll set the volume in the player preference object, or the class, whatever it is. And yeah, so let's say we choose to save it here. Then when you hit menu, go to settings, it's still the same. And I wonder if it saves. Yeah, so it's still saved. Alright, cool. So I guess that's what he wanted. Alright. Oop. Oh, so mine is different. I just have the set master volume, and that's because in our main menu we have two on-click listeners. So what I assume is that when we click on menu, both of these are executed. But in his case, he's making it so that we're setting the master volume and loading the main menu in our script here, in this single script, which might look a lot cleaner, but yeah, I don't know if this is like a good way to do it or not. Let me see. Unity button has multiple on clicks. Can there be an issue of doing this? For right now, I can't really think of any, but I feel like there should be some issues. Like, I don't know, like if I guess you gotta make sure that these two don't collide in any way, shape, or form. Oh wait, what? Set a public method of set default. Oh, alright. That should be pretty simple. So we're tasked to create a method that would reset these settings, default settings. And we just have PlayerPrefsController dot set master volume, and then we set it to the default volume, I guess. And then we're gonna do here, we're gonna go to the default text menu, text button, my bad. Place the object here, or wait, hold up. Dang it. We're gonna place that there, place this here, and then we're gonna call the method, and then we're gonna call it default settings, and it'll just, let's just see if it works. It's not a button, my bad, I forgot to add that. Oh no, it is a button. What am I saying? Set master volume to default volume. Yeah, why doesn't it work? Oh, it does work. Oh, I guess we're supposed to update the value too, so volume slider dot value equals default volume, and then we set the master volume to it. What? Oh. There you go. Alright, cool. Oh wait, did he? Oh, I guess we don't really need to do this. Because the menu, or yeah, the menu button will save it for us. Or let me see if it still works. Yeah, I don't get why it's like that. Alright, so it still works nice. So difficulty, not really sure how we're gonna do this one. Alright, so we're tasked with trying to figure out what we can change in our game to add difficulty. So let's go take a look. Let's go to sounds or scenes. Little one. Whoa. Whoa. Alright, so we have a timer here. So maybe we could increase the timer value. Increase timer. Longer wave. Lower health. Spawn rate increased. Resource cost increase. Spawn suffer enemies immediately, I guess. So yeah, that was a challenge, and I completed, I guess. Alright, so we can also increase damage from the enemies. Alright, so I guess the bigger challenge that we're tasked to just now is to figure out a way to increase difficulty. So yeah, so what am I gonna choose? I think definitely timer. I'm definitely gonna choose to increase timer. Higher difficulty. Lowering the health. Lowering the starting health. Lowering the starting resources. increasing damage from enemies. I still want to spawn the enemies that I want to, but yeah, so this seems kind of tough because, you know, we don't want to make it impossible, you know what I mean? So this is pretty random. So if it involves randomness, I don't want to include it with difficulty because then it loses that skill. Then it's pretty much random if we just increase things that are in control of the user. But these I think are fine. Resource cost increase, I think that might be a good one too. Yeah. Alright, let's go with that. So we're gonna see if we can figure out a way to do that here. Alright, let's go to the settings scene. And then, holy moly, that's heavily pixelated. Alright, so in our settings controller, we only have volume slider. So let's also add, you guessed it, a difficulty slider. I could just have added it here. Oh. It deletes everything. Oh, that's not what I want. Alright. So we have our difficulty slider too. Alright. So what is in our difficulty slider? I guess default difficulty. Oops. Oh wait, actually, no. Not oops. That's not what I meant to say. Float. Default is, how about 0.3f? Alright, so let's see. Alright, so how do we do this? So the default settings pretty easy, but alright, so I think what needs to be done is, let's start with the first one, increasing the timer. So I guess we have to go to the PlayerPrefs control and then have those values set to it. So it could be have like public static void set timer, set max timer, set timer length, I guess. So then we have float timer length. Then we have to check to make sure that it meets a valid value. So difficulty key. Wait, did we set this or did I do this? Because I think we might need more than one string. So const string, timer key. This would just be the timer, and then we just need to and then we can do instead of timer key, we'd have health key, resources cost key, something like health key, and then resources start. Key. And let's just change these to health to so when I meant starting resources, I just mean like the value of resources that a user can or has to buy things initially. And then we also need increased damage, so const string enemy damage multiplier. So like let's say they do 0.1 higher, 0.2% higher or whatever. So damage output enemy damage multiplier and then resource cost increase. Key equals resource cost, resource start, then resource key. Yeah, I guess that should be good enough. This one I don't quite understand. Actually, we do still need to set up the key values, and then we have to set up these values too along with it. Alright, so set timer length if, and then I guess const float min timer value equals, we'll give it 1 second. It has to be higher than 0 then. And then const float max timer value. We don't want it to be too long. Yeah, I guess 1F should do. It's kind of the same thing. So if timer length is greater than or equal to the min timer value and timer length is less than or equal to the max timer value, then we store in the player preference. So then we do PlayerPrefs dot set float, and then it'll be the timer key, and then we'll have the timer length. I might be overkilling it here. I spelled length wrong. And then That's for the timer. We also need to get the timer. Yeah. Getting timer. So then we also need the health and the resources. Well, health is an int, right? So I guess what should be our health value? It's a const int min health value. Min health is, let's say, 10, and then const max health, let's say 1,000, right? Or 99999 health. So then we're just gonna copy this. Essentially the same thing. Set health int health min health value, or min health and max health. And then this would be the health key, and then we pass in the health, and then here we just change this to health. Oops, this one. And change this to get health. And then we also have the resources start key, and then the resources cost multiplier. Oh wait, I forgot to. And then the damage multiplier as well. That's gonna be a pain. Alright, so resources start key. So we gotta do const int min resources start equals, say, 100. Constant max resources start is like 9999. It's kind of like overkill. And then paste this. We're gonna say set what is it, resources start, and then resource, and then resource. That might be very obscure. Maybe I should say resources start. Change all occurrences? Yes. Oh. Nice, okay. So then for this one, we get the min. I'll just change this to max. And then we just change this to resources start key. Alright, so now the next thing is the multiplier. So it's a const float min resource cost mult equals, say 0f, and then const float max resource cost mult equals, let's say 2f, like it doubles the amount of cost. You know, let's just do the multiplier as well, which is going to be the same thing. So then we're just going to take these, copy paste that, do it twice. Try my best not to get confused. Set resource cost multiplier. Wait, no, this is supposed to be min max resource cost mult. God. Okay. Alright, so set. So this is the enemy damage, right? But yeah, I'm just gonna find it full screen. That's a lot easier to read. I don't know why I didn't. Oh, it's already been an hour. You know, I'm gonna finish this and then I'm gonna stop it, because I am kind of getting confused a bit. I think that should be good. So we have mult. We need to get the enemy multiplier key. Alright, I think that should be good. So if I'm watching this, I guess the next thing I should be focusing on is, you know, setting up. You know, I might be overkilling it here. Maybe he didn't want us to do all 5, maybe just one of them. And I might be kind of overkilling it. I should probably check it out next time. So if I remember, I'm gonna see if he wants us to do at least just 1 change or either 5 changes, because he did tell us to kind of pick 5, but I don't know if that's just for like helping us getting started with like game design in the future. But yeah, so next time, if that's the case, that he does choose 5, then next time I'll figure out how to connect changing these values in the difficulty settings. So yeah, alright, so I'm gonna end it here and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.